is Barclays Center and the borough of Brooklyn, where there's never a dull moment. 2K Sports presents Thursday night of the NBA. Joining Greg Anthony, Brent Berry, and Dave.
Over the last few years, the step-back three has become a staple for some guys.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Hey, Kevin, if you'll allow a D.C. kid to be a little parochial right now, while there are some basketball hotbeds throughout the world, Prince George's County in the heart of Maryland is among the finest. A litany of NBA players have come from PG, including Kevin Durant, Victor Oladipo, Markelle Fultz, Michael Beasley, and Quinn Cook. KD said, "It's just in the water. This is what we do." Guys?
Great stuff as always, DA. Thanks. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Payton is out there with R.J. Barrett. And it's Harkless in substitution. It's the Nets now. It's a three-point game. Outside Durant. A floater. And it's Junior with the rebound.
And seeing Junior out there again, I was impressed with his time on the floor in his debut. Showed that he could pick his spots and contribute to this team.
Junior did not miss a beat when he came into the game, did he, Greg? Exactly the debut this team was hoping to see from him. Harkless with the steal. And a fast break now for New York. And Payton gets it to go on the assist by Junior.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Here's Irving. A 17-point game for him in the win against Minnesota. Durant for 3. Tries again. A shot by Jordan, no good. New York leading by 7. Pass to Vidal. Outside for Randall. Some nice passing by New York here. And with the game of basketball going global, guys, Kenny, we've seen it. It's no longer a cakewalk for a U.S. team to go in those international tournaments and just check the box. They got to compete, and they're going to face some terrific players.
Yeah, well, back in '92 when the Dream Team was formed, it woke the world up. It allowed them to see what basketball at its best looked like. And so now we can imitate that, or we can emulate it, or we can find out who got those guys that good.
That was the plan for the Dream Team. Basically, it was to go and elevate the game of basketball. And that's exactly what happened right now. We have all these great players coming in from all over the world.
Junior with it. He's picked up by Irving. Passes it to Vidal. To the middle. Here's Robinson and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Clock at 4. Vidal, the pass to Harkless. Shoots over KD. Harkless with the bucket. Harkless has got 11 points.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Jordan dishes to Irving. And there's the pass to KD. Outside Jordan. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
That's some big boy stuff from DJ. He likes the chance to finish through contact.
Payton kicks to Junior. Banked in off the glass.
And I like that they're not settling. Hitting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They trail by 9 points. Pass to Prince. Dishes to Durant. Over Harkless. Levert with a wide open look. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Kenny, when you came into the NBA as a rookie, was there a veteran who stepped in to become your mentor?
My first coach, Bill Russell, was
He was your mentor?
Yes, yes. You know, which is even funnier, like the former players of North Carolina were my mentors. Because we played
some of those guys.
Michael Jordan, Sam Perkins, Walter Davis.
That's like a Hall of Fame class.
Yeah. I mean, all those guys were still in the league, and they would come back and they would tell stories. about what it takes to be in the NBA and how you got to stay there. So those were my mentors.
And you drank in every word.
Oh, every second,
right. Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Boykins checked in. Jared Allen comes in for Taurean Prince. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. And Dinwiddie subbed in for LeVert. Crawford with the ball. 11 points for him in that last game against Minnesota. Irving with a clean look. And the Nets, another three.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Here's Vidal, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The Knicks have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this match. And both free throws good for Junior.
And they've been the more physical team offensively, seeking contact, looking to score in the lane, and getting to the line.
No good. And Brooklyn will come the other way. This, their first look at this year's New York squad.
And we'll see if anything's different this year because they didn't match up well with this team last year, getting swept in the season series. The defense a step slow. You can see the result.
Here's Vidal, and Junior throws it down.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Pass to Allen. Now Dinwiddie still looking for his first bucket in this one. Irving for 3. And the Nets another 3. Last season, the G League testing a single-shot free throw rule to speed things up. One shot that can be worth more than 1 point. Kenny, any thoughts?
No, I don't like that. Okay. Because I'm fouling you because you can't shoot. It's a lot of times. So I'm going to put you on the line, and you got to get 2 for 2. And I just because the game is stopped. There's no defense in front of you. You're at the free throw line. It's only 15 feet away. Come on, Shaq. I mean, come on, guys. Like you can make a free throw.
No, but I think the other thing, philosophically, you really change the game, right? Because what if you make 1 and miss 1?
Yeah.
And you're up 2. Now it's 3. So now if you say I only got to make 1 to get 2, you completely change the game.
Oh, but think about this even, Greg. End of the game. And you need to miss 1 and make 1. So instead of getting the 2 points, you actually want to only make 1 because you're down 3. And you want to miss the second on purpose to try to... No, man.
And I'm a progressive guy. Like, I do like to see how we can have the game evolve, but I do also want to make sure we keep the strategy in the game.
Here's Allen, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Taj Gibson picks one up.
Such a force as Allen goes to the line. A real throwback. Jared is a center who primarily operates near the hoop.
The Knicks leading by 5. Here's Dotson, and the Knicks hit again from deep.
Great three-point shooting here out of the gate. That makes 4 makes already from long distance.
Crawford outside. Here's Dinwiddie. From outside, off the mark. New York's gone 4 of 5 from three-point land to get things going here in the first. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And so it's Brooklyn with it. Nets trail by 8. Portis brings the double team. Here is Boykins, and he banks in the layup.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
41 seconds left to play in the first. Vidal, the pass to Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
Got to keep Taj out of the post. How many of those have we seen?
35 seconds left in the first. And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. Passes to Crawford. A second chance effort. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. Now, here's Junior. He picked up 33 points in their last one against the Spurs in San Antonio.
Defensive mindset tonight was huge. He was a real pest coming up with all those steals and had great activity.
And we heard about market size mattering less to players these days, guys, but then we see summers where all the big free agents go to Los Angeles or New York. So, Kenny, which is it?
Well, there's two aspects of it. There's endorsements and then there's quality of life. In the small markets, catching fire on the marketing front is sometimes much more difficult, but there could be a better quality of life. In a big city, you could be marketed, and then all of a sudden you start losing, and then the quality of life goes down.
Yeah, and the reality is the fact that when we played, there was only a couple games a week on national television. Now every game that every NBA team plays is on national television. The impact of social media, they're just, you can be a superstar in a small market today. Doesn't matter. Look at Giannis. You look at Durant and OKC, Western. You can be as big a star at any market in today's game.
LeVert and Durant out on the perimeter. Inside, we got Prince and Jordan. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now, here's Junior. Dinwiddie covering. And here's Junior. 11 points in the game.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
For the New York Knicks, they won their last contest against the Spurs in San Antonio.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Yeah, and in that game, it turned into a massive scoring night. It wasn't so much about the game plan as it was establishing early confidence to get that win.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Since the Nets acquired Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, the franchise has gone from being an up-and-comer to a potential powerhouse in the East. That's necessitated changes on the bench and on the court. The Nets have added some new veterans. The time is now for Brooklyn to stand up and make its move in the East. Kevin, back to you.
Well, we'll see how they do. David, thank you. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touched by Prince. Brooklyn making some changes. Allen's checked in for Taurean Prince. And Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie. Now, here's Junior. D right on him. Some solid defense there from Irving. Nets trail by 7. It's LeVert on the wing. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Showing how unselfish he can be. Irving recognizing the importance of keeping his teammates involved.
Junior kicks to Robinson. There at the pass to Vidal. Yep, it counts.
Love his shot selection. Good at taking quality shots. Whether he's defended or open, he knows how to knock those down.
And the foul called on Junior. That's foul number 2 for him.
This is one where the second foul is probably going to cost you some minutes in this game.
There's 1:38 left now here in the second. LeVert kicks to Irving. KD, that's for 2. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. KD's got 5 points now this quarter.
I mean, what do you expect? Durant's locked in, and he's already on fire. That shot's a safe bet.
And what about our special guest? Kenny, thanks for taking the time to join us, dropping by. Always a pleasure. You add so much to the broadcast.
Man, thanks for having me. This is just great.
Thank you. And Brent, you and Kenny both enjoyed success in the NBA. Always great to have his perspective with us here at the broadcast table.
Well, that's nice of you, Kevin. And certainly Kenny has done some remarkable things post-career. And I love the fact with Kenny's presence, he's just got great perspective on the entirety of the game. This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
The pass to Durant. Back to Irving. 6 on the shot clock. No good on the triple.
You love basketball. Couldn't miss in the first quarter. Now can't make it in the second quarter. Got to be.
Oh, the power on that prudent.
Unreal.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. shot's good by Durant.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Junior with it. He's got 15. Lets it go with a three. Here's Robinson. And a close game so far through the first. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team for the Nets. Jared Allen's checked in for Jordan. Crawford comes in for Taurean Prince. And Dinwiddie subbed in for LeVert. Out of bounds, next ball as Brooklyn keeps possession. I know you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts of maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. And New York, looking at who they've got. Portis is out there with Ntilikina. Then there's Khan. Then it's Junior. And it's Gibson in at the 5, roaming the paint. Outside Irving. Pass to Crawford. Fires the 3. The Knicks pull it in. Portis has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Vidal. Hands with the ball out of bounds. Dinwiddie touched it last. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Here, final preparations for the challenge ahead, hoping to come out of the gates strong. The tallest building in the United States, One World Trade Center, looking glorious tonight as we come to you from New York. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin. The Knicks have young talent and some promising draft picks. For that reason, they feel they're well positioned to trade for a star if one becomes available. The Knicks front office member described that as the best path for them. Guys, in the Big Apple, there is little patience for a long rebuild.
A little patience indeed. That's interesting. Thank you, David. So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Here we go. Walker and Smart, the guard. Brown and Hayward. And how long does it take to fully implement, do you think, a new system with a new coach?
You know, it's a tough question, Kevin. It really kind of can depend on how difficult or complicated the system is. But all things being equal, the experienced teams often learn faster because they just understand the game better. And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they save the layup.
New York shooting their first free throws of the night right here. He hits the second from the line. And stolen by Junior.
And of course, we know the history between Cobb and Junior. These two seem to have their fates intertwined. They're always going to be connected.
And Greg, now the two rookies are playing for the same side. They've been competitive for so long, so it's nice to see them join forces. The kick out to Walker. Cans it from downtown. Walker's got 10 points in the game.
Yeah, they've built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Oh, yeah, they certainly found something along the perimeter. Just an onslaught of three-point bombs.
Vidal. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Ennis Cannon. The Knicks have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. A different look for New York. Taj Gibson's checked in for Robinson. Damian Dotson comes in for Harkless. And it's Cobb in for R.J. Barrett. Brown outside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And Jason Tatum, he got a lot of the pub last year, and deservedly so. But Jaylen Brown made monstrous strides as well, especially when it came to efficiency.
Knicks trail by 12. Now, Junior. He's coming off the 19-point game against Brooklyn.
I mean, and you look at his free throw numbers. I mean, it shows you how much pressure he put on the defense.
And you look at Brown's field goal percentage and his free throw percentage, Greg, both career highs last season.
And Kev, his shot was never broken. The motion never had to be rebuilt. Brown's problem coming into the league was that he would shoot the ball differently every time. Once he landed on the repeatable mechanics, you could see the consistency start to take form.
Down low, 5 to shoot. And Gibson over to help. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Last game for Boston, they picked up the W against Toronto. Here's Junior. 5 points in the game. Count that one. Junior's got it back down to within single digits for New York.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
High arcing shot, and Green with the lay-in.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Now, here's Junior. 7 points in the game. To the wing on the left. To the inside. Passes it to Cobb. Fires from deep. Rebound, Boston. This, their first look at this year's New York squad.
And while they swept the season series against them last year, making it pretty clear how much separation exists between the two teams.
Yeah, a lot of people think that separation still exists, but I myself, I want to see what happens in this first game before I make that call.
Junior with it. Brown on him. Dotson the pass to Vidal. Off with the layup. Boston leading by 10. 1:49 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Wanamaker. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
Well, that's just a lucky break. Keep giving him that shot. Bad things will happen.
Vidal, the pass to Gibson. Left side, Portis. There's the pass to Vidal. Inside, second chance shot. Williams with the block.
The amazing thing about Williams, yeah, he can block shots inside, but he can also block shots out on the perimeter. His ability to play in space means he's more than just a rim protector. Doesn't care where you're shooting from.
There's 57 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And Junior throws it down.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. And stolen by Junior. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. The next hip shot, 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
Ntilikina, he's checked in for Comp. They time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarter.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
For New York, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. First free throw is good. And both free throws good for Junior.
And he's given them a good contribution at the line tonight, getting there a lot and delivering on his opportunities.
Right side, Green. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Taj Gibson picks one up. The Celtics shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's Vidal, and Junior throws it down.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. And here is Brown. 26 points for him last game against Toronto.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
Takes a 3. What a play. Simply trains it in at the buzzer.
Ringing the bell.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Celtics out in front, up 9. And we'll be back shortly for the start.
I'm the youngest of 4 boys. So as anybody who has siblings, older, younger, you understand the struggle, especially being the youngest. You know, you always got to fight for what you want.
And no question, Smart is considered one of the toughest guys, Greg, in the NBA.
You have to love his passion, his willingness to sacrifice his body for the team on a nightly basis.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
Well, got the defense spinning in circles. Hard to cover all that ground.
They've got Portis. Junior's out there with Ntilikina. Then it's Taj Gibson. And it's Dotson in at the 3. That's the 5 for New York right now. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you and good evening. The Knicks made changes in coaching and the front office since the start of last season. But the question is, can they move forward? Their last winning season was back in 2013. Amidst the frenzy that is the media in New York, they'd like to make headlines going forward for all the right reasons this time. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
Oh, looking to connect with the open man Portis. He's got the right mentality out there.
Cloak loose. Here's Wanamaker, running by Vidal. And Wanamaker gets it to go. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. And the 22nd pick in 2015, Bobby Portis with a nice shooting touch.
And at the same time, not afraid to mix it up. Maybe to a fault. At times we've seen him get caught in the heat of...
Here's Wanamaker. Rivas defended by Gibson. Here's Rivas, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one uncommon. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys,
yes,
they're truly great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities, and those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Portis kicks to Junior. And Junior throws it down.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Oh, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
Outside, Green. Pass to Bryant. From past the arc. The rebound by Gibson.
He's got 9 points on 3-pointers in the first quarter, but still looking for his first 3 of the second.
And he just seemed to have a little more fire in the first quarter than he has in this one. And it showed in all the trips he made to the free throw line. Those have dried up.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. Boston's gotten fond of that three-point shot here in the second quarter. 4 of 9. Wanamaker looking over the floor. Williams against Portis. 6 to shoot. Gibson with the steal. And now the Knicks on the break. Junior with the ball.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
1:21 left in the second quarter. Green with the ball. Outside Williams. Ball's knocked loose. They need this. It'll go, and the New York lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Brown.
Well, you see the confidence building in Brown offensively. I mean, first it was taking over stretches. Now it's taking over games.
Here's Vidal. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The Knicks have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. Free throw good, Junior. And the Knicks making a change here. Barrett's checked in, and both free throws good for Junior.
A serious talent when Robert Williams is healthy. He makes his presence felt. Has great length and lift off the floor. Defensively, he protects the rim and even blocks shots out on the perimeter. And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Green slams it in.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Good eye from Cobb. Spotting the wide-open man, sets it up perfectly with that pass.
We've got 33 seconds left here in the second. And so Wanamaker will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. It's a 5-point game. Brown with it, picked up by Portis. Pass to Green. Just 5 to shoot. That one goes in.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
And Junior throws it down.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. It's the Knicks. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Junior in this game, he's been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting the shots.
All fueled up and... Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch, I agree. And the basket is good.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
This game has come to life. They're out there battling now. We didn't see this in the first half.
And the foul called on Junior. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Celtics have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
Well, known for his unique personality, Cantor also remains a solid role player, someone his teammates enjoy playing with.
New York's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Rebound, Boston. Cantor's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Brown against Gibson. To the paint. Here's Cantor. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Cantor's got 11.
Oh, what incredible precision. Brown cutting the D to pieces with his pass.
Now, here's Junior. He's guarded closely. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the section.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
76% from the line a season ago.
Boston making a switch here. Hayward's checked in.
Now, whether Portis can make the leap is still up in the air. He's young and has the potential to be really good in this league.
Knicks trail by 4. Passes it to Vidal. The pass to Portis. Now, here's Junior. He's covered by Brown. Vidal, the pass to Portis. Barrett, wide open, he fires. Buries the long-range jumper. 16 points for him.
That gives him 2 3-pointers for the game, 1 in each half. I mean, he may add to that total pretty soon.
Here's Wanamaker. A shot by Hayward, wide open. It's rebounded by Portis.
The defense with no impact at all. Just didn't have the feel for his jump shot.
Here's Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
And what a dish from Hendricks Cobb. That's his court awareness on full display, folks.
Brown against Barrett. Brown the pass to Wanamaker. 1:16 left to play here in the third. Back to Brown. New York's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And that one's good, Junior.
Such a consistent night for him from the field. Whenever they've needed it, he's been their safety valve.
Wanamaker the pass to Cantor. Pass to Wanamaker. Boston again missing. The Knicks leading by 3. Now Junior, he's got 36. Down low. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
The coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy baskets like this.
Here's Rivas. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on R.J. Barrett. And he knocks down. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And that about wraps it up. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.